PN has concluded negotiations on 34 overlapping claims in the Johor polls, with PAS, Bersatu, Gerakan and MIPP allocated seats to contest. Meanwhile, Puad Zarkashi has raised concerns over BN's candidates list. Stay tuned for this and more on KiniNews. Perikatan Nasional has concluded its negotiations to resolve overlapping seat claims in the Johor state election. All original component parties of Perikatan Nasional, PAS, Bersatu, Gerakan and MIPP have been allocated seats to contest. PN's new ally Pejuang was also allocated the Gambir seat despite not being involved in the seat negotiations. This is according to PN's election director Sanusi Noor.
Saya alhamdulillah selesai perundingan dengan parti-parti dalam PN. Saya punya tugas ni ialah merundingkan kursi-kursi yang bertindih. Yang tak bertindih free for all. Yang bertindih semua dah selesai alhamdulillah. Besok malam pelacaran pengumuman calon akan dibuat di bilik operasi di Muar. Saya selesai 30 tadi selesai yang bertindih 34 kerusi. Lain tu terpulang pada parti masing-masing lah. Tak bertindih tu.
34 kerusi tu memang tak bertindih lah.
Dah, selesai lah. Tak ada wrestling tak ada.
He added that they will be contesting under the PN name and logo. The negotiations took place at the PAS headquarters in Kuala Lumpur today. Overlapping claims had occurred in 34 out of 56 state assembly seats. Bersatu Deputy President Ahmad Faizal Azumu has raised concerns over Perikatan Nasional's acceptance of Larut MP Hamzah Zainuddin's Parti Wawasan Negara as a component member. He claimed the move could risk action from the Registrar of Societies or ROS. In a statement, Faizal cited a purported letter from the ROS dated Monday. According to him, the letter raised questions on several incomplete and unsigned documents submitted by PN Secretary General Taqiyuddin Hassan. He claimed ROS had requested PN to furnish the required information within 7 days under the Societies Act 1966. He also claimed ROS reserved the right to defer consideration of PN's leadership records until outstanding matters were resolved. According to Faizal, Bersatu representatives raised these concerns during an emergency PN Supreme Council meeting on Monday night. They argued the meeting should be postponed in light of the ROS feedback. However, Faizal said the meeting went ahead and argued that this may run contrary to ROS's intention to ensure compliance with PN's constitution and the Societies Act. Faizal also claimed the application to join PN was procedurally flawed. He said the application was submitted under Parti Cinta Malaysia or PCM. According to him, it was signed by Saifuddin Abdullah as Secretary General, despite official records showing Yo Kui Kwang in that role. He further claimed the leadership lineup submitted was for Parti Wawasan Negara, even though the application was made under PCM's name. Umno Supreme Council member Mohd Puad Zarkashi has hinted that something is amiss within Johor Umno over the selection of candidates for the upcoming state election. This came just hours ahead of Barisan Nasional's candidates announcement for the polls. In a post on Facebook, the incumbent Renggit Assembly person said that, based on the candidate list, something is not right within Johor Umno. Puad added that the latest developments are worrying and that he will make an important announcement on June 27th. The veteran politician had previously announced that he would not defend his Renggit seat. He said the decision was driven by age and a desire to make way for younger leaders. He added that trained and educated young people should be given opportunities. However, Puad claimed his proposal was not headed by the party leadership and described his latest move as an act of political courage to continue the struggle. Previously, BN chairperson and UMNO President Ahmad Zahid Hamidi said that the lineup for the Johor polls will consist of incumbents and new faces, while adhering to BN's philosophy of fielding winnable and likable candidates. From now on, you can also listen to KiniNews on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Scan the QR code on the screen to follow us. Next, we have an update on the leaked survey from yesterday. Additional leaked findings from the Merdeka Center survey indicate that celebrations over opposition leaders' approval ratings may have been premature. The broader data shows that PKR President and Pakatan Harapan Chairperson Anwar Ibrahim is in the lead for overall satisfaction. The earlier figures, which focused on Malay respondents, showed opposition figures outperforming government leaders. However, new slides have surfaced online showing satisfaction ratings among non-Malay respondents and an overall aggregate across all communities. The slides show Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim leading satisfaction ratings among non-Malay respondents at 59% compared with 40% dissatisfaction. In contrast, opposition leaders such as Muhyiddin Yassin and Abdul Hadi Awang register significantly lower satisfaction levels in the same group alongside high dissatisfaction figures. When viewed in aggregate, the overall results place Anwar at the top with 52% satisfaction and 44% dissatisfaction. Khairi Jamaluddin follows closely at 50% satisfaction, while Deputy Prime Minister Ahmad Zahid Hamidi records the lowest overall approval rating at 24%. The leaked polls has highlighted differences in support among various demographics. The key question now is whether political leaders will adjust their strategies to convert these shifting sentiments into voter support at the ballot box in the election. The Court of Appeal has dismissed an attempt by Lim Kuan Eng, his wife Betty Chu, and businessperson Pang Lee Kun to strike out corruption charges against them. The charges are linked to a 11.6 million ringgit migrant workers hostel project. The decision clears the way for the trial to proceed. A three-member Court of Appeal panel led by Judge Azman Abdullah unanimously dismissed the trio's appeal against the Penang High Court's rejection of their application to strike out the charges on the grounds of double jeopardy. The panel ruled that the present case did not amount to a second prosecution for the same offense. This is as it was distinct in law and facts from the previous case linked to a bungalow purchase in which Lim had been charged and acquitted in 2018. However, the judges also warned against splitting the same investigation into multiple prosecutions, as the authorities' use of the same information could lead to the perception of an accused being subjected to repeated litigation. The court then fixed July 3rd for case management at the Georgetown High Court, Penang. Meanwhile, Lim's lawyer, RSN Rayer, told Mishikini that the defense will file a notice of appeal against today's ruling. Lim, his wife, and Pang had filed an application to strike down their charges on May 26, 2023. The Penang High Court dismissed their application on May 3, 2024, which led to today's proceedings. Mandiri Executive Director Amir Hadi has announced that the NGO has filed a defamation suit against PKR Youth Chief Kamil Munim. The suit was filed at the Kuala Lumpur High Court. According to Amir, the lawsuit stems from a statement issued by Kamil in May alleging that Mandiri had received foreign funding. Kamil had claimed that the funds were used for political propaganda, cyber operations, and efforts to shape domestic political narratives. He also claimed that the funding was linked to political moves by certain quarters and that it was used to pay for social media campaigns and mobilize street protests. These activities were allegedly intended to create a hateful perception and narratives against the government, thereby threatening political stability in the country. In his statement, Amir said the remarks also implicated him personally as the NGO's executive director. He said the statement linked him and several other individuals to 7 financial transactions amounting 686,729 ringgit. Amir said the court writ requires Kamil to enter an appearance within 14 days of being served, failing which further action may be taken in accordance with the law. He added that Mandiri's lawyers will serve the writ on Kamil soon. And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, X, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. I'm Camelia. Thanks for watching.